Yo, you know what I'm saying? It's your boy Zay LP7 in the building, you feel me? And I just want to say that, this is my second post on here. And I want to talk about something very important. And as many as people will call it, they'll call it karmic relationships or anything beyond that relates to that topic if you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm sitting here doing my shadow work, and I was watching this video, and this guy asked me, what are things that you finally need to let go of? And I put down, and before I answer this question, he said, what are things that you feel like you need? It's time to be ready to let go of. And what is something that you catch yourself thinking about, or something that you keep getting drawing back to? And honestly, I thought to myself, I instantly thought that sometimes I would catch myself having conversations with myself, with a female that I was with, okay? And I would catch myself having conversations, just talking to myself about the situation or trying to argue at the air about an old dynamic in the relationship. Like I'm sitting here like I'm still in the relationship, like I'm still arguing with the person, like I'm still trying to teach this person, like, do better with your life, do something better and be better, while I'm catching myself having these conversations with myself. And honestly, it is a very, very, very important thing to know that most men are going to go through a relationship that is not what you think it is, okay? And what you hear on TikTok or social media, that how people will word it, that your female is overly going, she's going, she's a hoe, bop, and these things are true, and I want to sit here and talk about my time, because I know that most guys can relate. Same for females too. I never know, but I've noticed this event happens with guys. And I remember, I was going through, this was a full year cycle, okay? And I got in a relationship with a female that I've considered before, but I've never, it was kind of like out of the blue type, situation. And we've been together for an entire year. And the more and more I was with her, the more I found out about her. And, this is when it comes to when you start finding out about your female's past, the guy she's been with, and it really starts to hurt. And you don't know how to really explain this pain. You don't know how to explain, why do I feel hurt? Why do I feel this way? And that's a whole nother conversation, but it's like, you feel like you're being drained from your energy. And this is how I felt, to be honest. And it felt like I was being eaten alive inside out because of what this female did. And she told me that I should accept her, and I'm thinking to myself, should I accept her? Is this okay? Is this okay to continue to keep going down this path? Is it okay to lead myself down this rabbit hole, because I've already started it? And is it okay for me to continue? And I was going through a lot of transitionings around that time, and honestly, it felt like the biggest relief was honestly going to school. And as much as like I say I don't like school, but the biggest relief is when I was going to school, because I was distracting my mind from what I was facing internally when I was back at home. And it felt so draining. And I would wake up every single day questioning, is this even what I want? Do I want to continue? Do I want this? And shortly after it was bound to happen, after that I was trying to willingly accept the fact on what this female was doing in her past. And I tell you, this bitch was overly going, my nigga. Like, overly going. But while I was trying to accept her for who she was, I ended up getting betrayed. And this is where a lot of men struggle. And when you go through the phase of being betrayed, and most people find out many of different ways. That's why you got to be in tuned in with your dreams, because your subconscious mind will pick up on things, on unhidden motives that have not been spoken. You will know. Your dreams will tell you. Your dreams will tell you. So that's why you got to be in tuned in with your dreams. You feel me? So, and you can get downloads in many of different ways. The answer will always reveal itself, always. Don't think that it won't, you know what I'm saying? But after it felt like I've been deeply betrayed, I honestly left. I left. Had to get my head straight, you know what I'm saying? And I found way much more to life after. And it felt like all my power returned right back to me. And it's crazy because, listen to this. After it felt like I was internally digging into who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do, I had my spiritual awakening. And, you know, I've hit her up a couple of times because I got a genuine heart, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, I just seen how she was doing. But after I was woke a tad bit, I can sense this energy that I was receiving from her that I couldn't receive when I first knew her. You know what I'm saying? And this might be because of the experience I had with her, but it felt like she didn't have nothing to leech herself onto no more. She didn't have a guy to, you know, leech onto, and he becomes the foundation. He becomes the rock foundation that she wants to build herself on. But once she get kicked out, she don't got no foundation. So she's emotionally unstable. And you can sense that. You can sense that a female is emotionally unstable. If you are emotionally intelligent, you can sense that a female is emotionally unstable. So, and I know that I was staying true to myself. And I promise y'all, I am one of the most loyalist niggas ever. I don't know why there can't be loyal people in the world, for real. I don't know why it's hard to not be loyal. But, you know, you look at the people who aren't loyal, and then you gotta look at how they got treated. How was their childhood? Did they feel, what did they go through? What was their, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go through shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But during this relationship, I learned a very valuable lesson, to be honest. That bitches ain't shit. I'm just playing. But I've learned that no matter how someone, no matter how broken someone is, and these are to the people who are empaths or super, like they have this very, very good heart and they love loving people, and this is kind of going to them. You know what I'm saying? People who have to learn that your heart can be used as a tool against you instead of for you. And you have to learn how to put boundaries up, okay? And when you go through a relationship with a chaotic person, and chaotic people are naturally drawn to you because they sense that you have this healing ability. You have this ability to give them this life that they cannot produce on their own. They can sense it. Not like, actually, but they're subconsciously sensing something that you have that they cannot produce. They can't produce what you you can do, because you can heal yourself, and you realize that you're an emotional alchemist. You can heal yourself within with every situation that you go through, and they can sense that because they can't heal themselves through the situations that they've been through. They can't heal themselves at all because they cannot produce that energy like you do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand and understand. You know what I'm saying? So these people, these chaotic, messy people, are naturally drawn into your energy. And since you hold this immense amount of empathy, it is very hard to detach yourself once you get hooked. And when you are in that relationship, you struggle with power dynamics now. And you start to question things. You start to feel a type of way. You know what I'm saying? And you start to question, is this for me? You know what I'm saying? Should I accept this? And the biggest thing this relationship has taught me is that it is okay to let go. It is okay. It is totally okay to let go of something and start all over again. It is okay. It's okay. And I've experienced for myself that how wicked this person generally was, which might not be the best word to use, but that's how I feel, And when I was going through this, karmic relationship, it was showing me how deep humans can be, how far of a rabbit hole they can go. And you question, like, you ask yourself, why did this happen? Why? It happened because you needed to see an answer. You needed to see something so that when you step out and you start to make some real shit for yourself and you get your ass into a relationship, and you're now just going through a karmic relationship when you got all your shit up, nigga, that relationship can take everything from you. Everything. Because now you're codependent on someone. You don't know what that true independency feel like when you haven't been through a karmic relationship yet. And many people learn how to build independency on a different level in different ways. And here is where the trap happens. Is because most people, they don't know how to use their willpower. They don't know how to pull themselves back and detach themselves from a situation that they know that ain't no good for them, and stay back and let life flow after that. You know what I'm saying? Because you are letting these females, because I promise you, females have power that they just ain't aware of. And if they use that power in the wrong way, you gonna hurt a man that's gonna never like you ever again. You ain't never gonna receive love from that man like you ever did before. You ain't gonna never experience it ever again. Never. So when you go through a relationship and you face betrayal towards the end of it, that is your sign to let it lie and let it die. Because not only that they just sowed something, not only that they did and disrespected you and betrayed you and lied and did all these things, and you weren't deserving of this. And when I tell you, whatever you believe in the universe, you believe in God, I promise you something gonna stick their hand in there, and they gonna make that person experience all that bullshit they put you through, and cause they just weeped what they just sowed, and it just got weaponized against them. Now they finna see what you went through. That's the beautiful part about this entire thing. And maybe sometimes the cosmos or God will let you see it. But in order for you to let that happen, you have to accept that this relationship wasn't a relationship. This was something for your growth. This was something to make you grow and sprout. This was something that was planted, seeded, got watered, and was meant to bloom so beautiful at the end that it is unrecognizable. That is what it is supposed to be. That is what that relationship is for. This relationship is to make you grow, not to make you go back. It's meant to make you grow. It's meant to build a bridge. Yes, and that suffering you went through, it was worth it. It was worth it. Because now, not only that you have become a better person after that relationship, but now you are in a internal journey of seeking to be a better person. And that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And some people want to fill their days with external noises, with smoking and party drugs and sex and a lot of other external things. And when I tell you that external noises are not gonna fix anything that you are facing inside, what's going on in here, that external shit is not gonna fix what's going on in here. It's not. It's not. You know it is? You. You are going to be the reason to why this is healed. Your heart. You are going to be the reason to why that is healed. By using this, you got to use your brain to fix this, to become the person that you want to be. And we were taught and programmed that people are too scared to let go of things, to let go and to see what could the possible outcome be without being with that person. What is it going to be like on the other side is what people are scared of. And I understand that. But fear is only a tool to hold you back for what could be true, what could be new. Because every single fire that you walk in builds a whole different person. It builds a whole different person. Every single emotional battle you face builds more of an emotional armor. And not only and look, you gonna get tested to see if you learned from that relationship. You learn. The cosmos might just send you a little female, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just a little something to see if you really learn. Getting tested. And I'm gonna speak from personal experience. After my entire karmic relationship happened, you know, I encountered another messy female, another chaotic female. She wasn't emotionally intelligent. I'm not attracted to females who are not emotionally intelligent. I like females who got emotional intelligence to them. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't. She was a TikTok bot. A TikTok bot. All she cared about was her phone. TikTok. Marlon. Clav. This, that. You know what I'm saying? One of them TikTok girls. And I can tell that she was new to the game. For sure, I can tell that she was new to the game. Because she was still, and she's in high school, and she's still stuck on high school girl drama. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back who ain't hear me the first time. She was in high school, stuck on high school girl drama. I don't fuck with none of that shit, you feel me? So, I ain't gonna lie, I met up with her in person, you feel me? I spent one day with her. And I was already feeling the type of way about her, about the shit that she was saying and all the shit that she was going, bro. I knew she was. I ain't gonna lie, the cosmos had revealed all the answers before I even decided to really lock in with her. I heard everything I needed to know. And remember this. When you get in it, before you get into a relationship, I promise you, you are going to receive signs that relationship is not what you think it is. Before I step foot into one of my karmic relationships, it's crazy that I'm saying this, but I even had an ex-girlfriend tell me that it was no good for me. An ex-girlfriend, which sounds crazy. Then I heard other shit that I kind of was denying. I was like, this can't be true. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't. Then I found out for myself. Then that shit really hurt. But these karmic relationships are supposed to teach you to be a better person. So back to when I have met this TikTok bot, I seen through everything. Everything. It's like I couldn't be fooled from what I was seeing. And you can't forget, I was woke at this time. I'm still woke. Shit. And when I was experiencing this, I was like, nah. So I just ghosted her. You feel me? I was like, bro, bitch, like, You ain't gonna get no chocolate sexy nigga like me. Like, no. You ain't putting your hands on this. You feel me? And the only person that can defeat you is yourself. You're the only person. You're responsible for the reason to why you get back in that relationship. You're responsible for the things that you do. Your actions have consequences. Every action has a reaction. You feel me? So you have to become aware of what you are wanting to seek, because you realize that you are manifesting emotionally 24/7, baby. And this is why you might get into a relationship, because say you feared your whole life of getting cheated on or betrayed, but you have to step back and ask yourself, why do I feel that way? And when you emotionally feel like that, you are going to manifest a relationship that's going to show you that. And it is for you to grow. It's for you to spouse and be better. It's for you to grow. You know what I'm saying? And what also stops people from being by themselves is that they don't like to feel alone. And one of the best people on this earth, understand themselves way more because they have spent so much time in solitude. Because they have spent themselves in stillness and they understand what is within them. And I'm still discovering what is within yourself. What lies within you. And that is what I'm still discovering. And people are scared of being alone. And that is okay. It is okay to be alone. It is okay to be you. Find things that make you happy. Stop relying on other people to make you happy. Because if you can't make yourself happy, then who can? And you really think about it, if you think that you are not making yourself happy and you are seeking out for other people to make you happy, you're making yourself happy at the end of the day. Because you are the one seeking out for happiness. So you are making yourself happy by seeking external forces when happiness comes with inside of you. That's what it is. And when I tell you, when these young men and these young boys, they don't know how to let go. Same for these young females. They don't know how to let go because they don't want to be alone. They want to have connection. They want to have connection. They want to have sex. They want to have someone who's there that can listen to them. They want to have somewhere where they can cuddle with someone. They want connection. And connection is what takes you down a road. Because when you do not rely on yourself, connection can turn into an addiction. Now you're seeking for sex. Now you're seeking for relationships because you are trying to fill in a void that can't be filled in by these external forces. You're just putting a Band-Aid on it. So you have to go within. You have to go within and find yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, baby. That's the answer. It's to go within and find yourself to who you want to be. What do you want to do? And I promise you, when you do that, you will find someone who is downright loyal to the game. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I haven't found that partner yet. But you know what? I'm okay with spending time with being by myself. Because I don't need nobody. Not as of right now. I don't need nobody. All you truly need is yourself. But that's all I gotta say though. You know, I hope this important video can reach out to anybody important. You know what I'm saying? It's ZLPA7 in the building. Now I'm finna exit the building. Gazing.